Well, hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. It's 4 o'clock. It's time for Hammer Away once again. Good to be here. A crazy bit of a day today, just trying to get myself in order. You know, it's going to be like that for a while. That's sometimes what happens. You can see right here, we've got rocking the silver screen today. That's right. Let's play Crossocks trivia and more. We do have a little more than just that today. How's it going? Hope everybody's having a great day. I know that the movies that I'm going to be talking about, it is Oscar season, right? I know that the movies that I'm going to be talking about, they are not Oscar winners. To those guys, they're not. Maybe to us, they are. They're movies that are music-centric, let's just say. So what we're going to be talking about today is some of those movies. Now, I have a brand new stack of stuff that I just moved over to be put into this area, because what I have is I've got what I call, or what other people call, it's a wall of shame. I actually have a couple of them. There's the wall of shame that has tons of movies. There's the wall of shame that has tons of music. I probably call this my other wall of shame right behind me, right? But it's just something that's cool. So what I did was I was over there trying to make a little more room in the DVDs, trying to get rid of a few, trying to see, and all of a sudden I started realizing, and I'm just going to grab this stuff. I might be off camera for just a second or two during this stream. But that's okay. I'll be right here. See, I'm just right here. So let's take a look. These are some of the things that I pulled over that were still over in my regular collection. As soon as I looked at them, I was like, what are these doing over here? These are music centric. They should be over there. So first of all, we have Schoolhouse Rock. I mean, come on, Schoolhouse Rock. It's right there. It's in the name. Come on. I'm sorry, I gotta check something out here. But I also noticed this Green Book, which is a great film. If you've never seen this, this is a great film, talking about this Vito Mortensen, all right, and how do you say this? Mahershala Ali are on tour down south, and it talks about the Green Book, which told you where to go in those unfortunate days of trying to figure out where a black gentleman could do his entertaining. So it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. So that was another one. It's music centric. And then there's always the Merv Griffin show. This was over there. There's going to be some music people on here. I'm like, and it's entertainment. It's on the stage. Here's one for you. Country Strong. There you go. It's got a little Tim McGraw in there, Gwyneth Paltrow, and who's the other one? Garrett Hedlund and Leighton Meester. Hello, Meester. Hey, that would be Meester. That's wow. Saturday Night Fever. What the hell was that doing over there? I mean, come on. Yeah. Music centric. Here's one for you, because I just got done watching both Ted movies. There you go. Flash Gordon. That is music centric. I wouldn't say that so much if I mean the whole movie plays off of that soundtrack. I mean, it's like it's a character in the movie. So very music centric. Let me see what I got something here. Oh yeah, cool. How about this? The Crow. He's a musician, for crying out loud. Great soundtrack, great movie. I'm like, if I'm trying to make a little room, this could come over here. Here you go. Here's one you may not know about. I know about this one because of our good friend Niels Lozauer, who's in one of my all-time favorite music-centric movies, Rockstar. So Dolph Lundgren, he's a big fan of Dolph Lundgren. He did this one where he's a drummer who completely kicks ass at a gig that he's playing called Command Performance. If you've never seen it, check it out. This show could be deadly. Oh man, look, there's more. Wait, there's more. So let's see what's inside here. Now I took yeah, this had to come over here. It's the WKRP in Cincinnati pilot part 1 and 2, and a Doonesbury special. I transferred from a VHS tape and put that on here. So I'm not sure where that stands in relation to the copies that I have over there. I need to watch this again because I was wondering if the VHS was different than those. Of course, I'm going to have to get right back up again because this is a stack of 4. I had to bring it over. I couldn't believe I still had it over there. Look at this. Partridge Family 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you're watching just the first season, notice straight away, and I did not notice this, many years ago. Let me step back. Many years ago, and you all have met my friend Marty. If you haven't watched all the videos, watch the one with my friend Marty. And there was a time years ago when I didn't play anything, and it's not like I play guitar now, but I do know a couple of chords if I remember them correctly, right? But he hands me this brand new Ovation guitar that he had gotten, and I was like, "Wow, this is really beautiful." Beautiful, had the rounded back. I'd never seen anything like that before. If I'd have thought about it, I'd have gotten mine out, the one that Mealy gave me. For doing some work for him. We'll talk about that sometime down the line here too. So he hands it to me, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, bring, bring, plick, plick, pluck, pluck. I'm like, I really wish I knew what to do with this silly thing, because it's crazy. I was like, it's a beautiful guitar. I loved it. I would have loved to have just started playing something, but I go, well, here you go, because you know. So anyway, but if you watch that first episode of the Partridge Family, you'll notice, I think it might be towards the end of the first episode, he's sitting on the couch and he's strumming away on this guitar. It's an Ovation. Watch to the end. They were endorsers of Ovation. It was pretty cool. Let's see what else we've got here. Here, a lot of this was based on stage performance, and he's a musician. I was very fortunate to run into this. It's called Steve Martin, The Television Stuff. So what a beautiful cover this is. I just love it. It's got his name in all these colors. As a graphic designer, I just thought this was a great dual contrast thing going on here. And I just love this with this one is straight out front there, and then he's got the ghosted ones behind. I just thought it was a great cover. But I found this at a thrift store for, I believe it was like $3-4. And it comes with a booklet. I'll go through this with you guys sometime down the line here. I've been wanting to peruse some of those things. It's part of that deep dive that sometimes even I haven't even taken, just because you get stuff and you're like, okay, cool, yay, and you put it away. You never even look at it. You don't check all the extras all the time, right? Nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it is. But now's the time to get back to it. Now, I think I found this at a thrift store too. Again, on stage, often had musicians. So I'm thinking this needs to come over. It is the Ultimate Collection of Johnny Carson. And there you go. Definitive 3 DVD collection plus DVD extras. All right. So I thought, yeah, that needs to come over. The same with this, the Dean Martin Variety Show. Gene Kelly, Bob Newhart, Minnie Pearl, Art Carney, Buddy Hackett, Liberace. See, there you go. Rosemary Clooney, they're musicians, performers. I'm like, why is that over here? Of course, I have 3 of these. I'll just show them at the same time. I would like to maybe have more because there's some other good collections out there. I think I probably walked by one at a thrift antique mall or something near here. But there you go. We have Eddie Murphy. We have There you go. Chris Farley and Will Ferrell. Volume 2. Will Ferrell, I'll tell you. He kept it rolling, that's for sure. And then here is the Colgate comedy. This is 2 DVD set with Martin and Lewis. So musicians, singers. So I thought that should come over. Let's see what else we have here. Let's get that. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here of the stuff that just moved over. I mean, come on. This one, this is evidently, I mean, look at this. High fidelity. It's even got a vinyl piece on there because that's what he does, right? So hits all the laugh bases from guys who brought you Gross Point Blank. Reese, not Grease. So anyway, yeah, that one had to come over. And then both of these needed to come over. There you go. The two of the different versions of A Star Is Born. There's been like 4 or 5 of them made now. And both of these I thought were really, really good. I thought this one was different enough to make it, something special. And this one with these two, oh my God, just classic. Chris Christopherson was just awesome back in the day, man. Even all the way up to Blade, I enjoyed him in that. And then these three, of course, Bill and Ted. So I still have to finish watching Face the Music. It wasn't as easy for me to get through. Bogus Journey was that was a little tougher too. Great freaking soundtrack though. Holy crap. And it's got Kiss on it. I mean, it's got the Nelson Brothers as something else on there. Had to bring this over here. Why was this over there? Why? This needed to be over here. Blues Brothers, music centric. As far as he's got a couple of little parts where he's a little musical on here, but it is a stage performance. So I thought it should come over. One of my all-time favorite stand-up comedy shows right here, Dressed to Kill, Eddie Izzard. Such a great show. I just love when he talks about squirrels. You ever see a squirrel, how it eats? It's like, and it stops. Like, oh, did I leave the gas on? No, I'm a fucking squirrel. And of course, music-centric, Night at the Roxbury. What a great, fun movie this is. I mean, and speaking of WKRP, with their mom, and Lonnie Anderson, of course. I mean, just amazing. And here, look at this on my phone. This is fun. Isn't that fun? There you go. Another great picture of St. Louisan right there, who married Chris Connors. It's pretty incredible. I think I've talked about that before. So we're going to be talking about that. We got some. I have an unboxing to do. We'll get that out here as well. Coming up next week on the show, I will mention this again later. We have. Why can't I say it? I can't even say it. Robert Barry is going to be on the show. We have got people. Gary Dennis. Hey, what's up? Wow. Gary, what's up? Okay, people, I'm taken aback. Jeez whiz. Holy cow. So good to have you here, man. Wow. Yeah. Gary and I, I'll tell you a little story, since I don't have a guest today. So, we're doing all this stuff, but we went out to, Scottsdale, Arizona. Foreigner was playing a gig out there. And, this has been a few years ago. And, my daughter was living out there, working out there. And, so I said, hey, we'll come out and visit. I knew we were going to be there. Got a hold of Jeff Pilson. He hooked us up, and that's when we were out to dinner. And I won't go too far into that. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but we were at dinner, and I was like, we better get going. And sure enough, when we showed up, we found out that the meet and greet was before the show. But I'll tell you what, this is my buddy Gary. Holy cow. So good to see you here, and everybody else. Don't worry, I'm going to get to y'all. But this is such a surprise. Gary was a sweetheart. Uh, really helped us out. I was flipping because I'm like, dadgummit, I kind of knew we were going to miss this. I thought we better get here earlier. And but he helped me out, was really cool, and set us up to sit down for a bit and talk with Jeff. And so it was really fantastic. Gary, great to see you here, man. Nocturnal Miss So, thank God, so glad to see you here tonight. Um, Good evening to you as well. Lance, yes, please rock that like button. Rock it, and then, do a subscribe. Do a subscribe. Oh, all the love. JWD, what's up? Movie, yes. Xanadu versus Can't Stop Them. Xanadu, in my book, will win every time. Although Valerie Perrine, yeah, there was a lot of that. It Can't Stop the Music was quite the film. I just was watching something about that not long ago. Maybe it was within a movie about that time frame. No Wild and Crazy Guy. You got that right. I have an extra copy of that back here on vinyl. Not that it's in great shape, but I saw it, had to get it for the cover, just so in case. Yes, Mick Jones has Parkinson's. That's why he's been missing most of the tours. Yeah, Mick, I was fortunate enough to meet up with Mick, I think a couple of times on the earlier tours that were going on years back. But at that Scottsdale, that was the first time I'd seen them, and he was not with them. Today's late night talk show hosts can't hold a candle to Johnny Carson. Amen to that. Amen to that. Johnny Carson show was an event, at least until the late 80s, when he seemed to be just going through the motions to fill his contract. Yeah, that's got to be, it's got to be a tough thing to do that kind of a job. Because it's day in, day out. Then you got to be going back and forth with your network and what you should or shouldn't be doing, or what you got to change or what you got to do. And times change, the John Norman Howard Speedway. Am I not following that? I need to follow that. Okay. Is The Sound of Music a rockin' movie? No, but it is music centric, and it is a musical. So it does put it over here. So I have all my musicals are over here. That's how it kind of goes. If I remember right. It goes, I might have a little assorted stuff, but then it goes musicals, and then it's around music. I can see This Is 40. I had to get that. It wasn't one of my favorite movies. I was hoping that it was going to be one of my favorite movies, but it just wasn't. But it has Graham Parker in it, so that's what really drove me to it, because I just gifted that for Valentine's Day. I just gifted that an album by Graham Parker and the Rumor called Stick to Me. If you haven't heard Stick to Me, listen to it. It's a great record. And actually, that's who texted me earlier. I might have to check in with her, see if she's listened to it, because I'm really eager to know. Phantom of the Park, of course, JWD. And I've got probably, I suppose, I don't know if it's real or if it's a bootleg over there. And then also I do have the Japanese version, which shows up on the History DVDs, and I enjoy that one better. I think I've talked about it before on here. John Norman Howard Speedway was Chris Christopher's. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Yes, it's coming back to me now. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it was great. But I'll tell you which Star is Born you should check out. I think I've watched them all, but the very first one is very good. If you dig old films, some people just don't. They just don't dig older films, especially they don't dig black and white films, which I don't quite understand, but that's fine. Whatever you do or don't like. I mean, I don't like Rise of Skywalker, so I'll never watch it. So it's just one of those things. At the start of the song, watch closely now. Great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Also, it reminds me too about Daisy Jones and the Six. Be sure and check out a little bit of that and see. I have the book down there, so I'll be reading through that soon. Right now, I'm reading through a book, um, and I will be having this gentleman on the show. His name is Pete Evick, and he's got a book that's called MTV Famous. Check it out. I'm reading through it right now, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be recording it, actually. I like to do that. I want to record them and stuff like that, but I won't be doing anything with it. It's just, you know, just kind of so I have a reel, because I'd like to get into doing some of that later. Let's see here. And Slayer is back together, I hear. Extreme, touring with Living Color. Would that not be, oh, man, to see those two guitar players get together on the stage and play would be that'd be a lot of fun, man. I remember bumping into why can't I say his name now? Guitar player for Living Color. I can see him. I've got him in ads with because he used to endorse Crate, and it's in my head. It's right there somewhere. Yell it out to me. But yeah, to see Nuno and him together would be great. I bumped into him at the NAMM show, which I'm going to be checking in with JD about this and see if I can get him on the show to tell us a little bit about the NAMM show. I'm planning on trying to make it back there next year, so hopefully that'll work out. Slayer's never been a big favorite of mine. It doesn't have a groove to it. I dig what it is. I get it. I'm just not a fan of it. A fan, as in, I don't have Slayer albums. I've never collected it. It's never been a big favorite of mine. But Extreme and Living Color, oh yeah. Yeah, Vernon Reid. Thank you. Yeah, Nuno Betancourt and Vernon Reid would be just fantastic. I appreciate the help. It saves me from, well, I'll be right back. Or I guess I could have looked it up, but why do I want to ignore you when I'm doing that? So anyway, let's get so I think that's about that for now. Let's get to this trivia, shall we? This is a lot of fun. So we'll just kind of give it 30 seconds. I'll get my phone out. I wanted to have, and I'll get this made. I wanted to have a little cool little 30-second video to throw up, but I just didn't. I started on it, but I didn't have time to finish. So let's get my timer out. Boop. There we go. And let's make it for 30 seconds. All right. That way we don't spend too much time. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, another great one. Buddy Holly. Even though, unfortunately, you're better off getting the documentary, because, and there was one made not long, it's been a little while. Paul McCartney did it, I do believe, actually, is one of the big backers on that. And great film. The Buddy Holly story is very not right. It's not, and I mean, it's like anything. It's like the Queen one, it's like I say, great actors, great job casting these people. They did a great job. It's just, it's not accurate. Motley Crue's The Dirt's not accurate. What's the other one I was thinking? I don't know how accurate the Def Leppard one is, but Hysteria, but I liked it. I thought it didn't seem outlandish to the fact that, I wasn't watching it going, yeah, I'm sure there's no way that happened, but I mean, like, I've heard, you hear from people who hung out with these guys like Motley Crue, and they're like, yeah, no, those guys weren't anywhere near where Vince was when he got in the car accident. So not like in the movie, right? Alex Van Halen book comes. Oh, wow. He spills the beans for the long hiatuses. Wow. Yeah, that's probably gonna, as the charming woman with whom I spoke at Lego once said, I'm sure it's gonna sell like hot pancakes. It was adorable. I'm like, yeah, never mind. I wanted to say it was either one of the hot or pan, either, but I just couldn't bring myself to say it. Just couldn't bring myself to say it. Hey, Casey, what's up? I like that. What's your sir? And please don't ever feel like you have to fix any of that stuff. I love it. I love it. It just tells me you're excited to get in. Um, so anyway, let's get started on our questions, shall we? All right, this is silver screen, remember? And what this does is each one links to the next. Okay. So that's all you have to keep in mind. So it's there's 10 of these. I'm sorry. Oh boy, that's silly. There's not 10, there's 20. So yeah. So let's get started, shall we? And then we have a little always a little something that I'll tell you a little after that will lead us to the next one. Okay? So number 1, as well as releasing their third album Phantoms in 1984, The Fix had their song Deeper and Deeper included on the soundtrack of this film starring Diane Lane and Willem Dafoe and featured songs by Jim Steinman. So, do we know the name of that one? Let me know if you know. Let me know. Great typos. Mortician Adams, the steamy boyfriends. Thanks, Lance. I love when we can laugh together. Streets of Fire. That's it. Very, very good. And you know what? Look, I even have. Look at that. Streets of Fire. Very, very good. And then also another little tidbit to throw on the end of that too is that actor Grand Bush played Reggie in Streets of Fire and was Zachary Lamb Young in Demolition Man. How about that? So let's go to the next one. So number 2. So we didn't even need a timer. You kicked ass. So the song Demolition Man, you know what? Let's take this off of here. So the song Demolition Man, re-recorded by Sting for the 1993 movie of the same name, was originally released on this 1981 album by The Police. Anyone? I know these aren't going to be the toughest ones of all, and I like it like that. I don't have to play rough every time. I do not have to play rough every time. So Streets of Fire was a great movie. While I'm letting the timer go here, and is that seriously? That's not what I wanted. I don't know why it's doing that. This is ridiculous. Edit the timer to 30. How do you do it? Cancel. Okay, I don't get it. Why that happened. Anyway, I'm sure if I look up here, the answer is there. I can't. I can't spell half of the Police album titles. I told you now, JW, you don't have to fix things. But Ghost in the Machine, that's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. Zenyatta Mendata. There's Regata de Blanc. There's what's the other? Outlandos de More. Yeah, lots of French. Oh, they are so French. They aren't French, but they are so French. Very good. Ghost in the Machine. Thank you very much. And look, we have what did I put up for that? Ooh, you know what? Why don't I have that? That's weird. Oh, I do. I do have a graphic for that. There you go. Demolition Man. So what's our further knowledge of that? Of course, I had Sly Stallone in it, and also why can't I say his name? Wesley Snipes. It was an interesting film. It's a good film. Good film. I feel sorry for the talented musicians in the Police. The weak link got famous. Oh, you think so? The weak link? I had this game on the 3DO. Really cool. You know what? I saw a video today of somebody playing the worst games of all time, and they had Sandra Bullock That's what I was thinking. Benjamin Bratt and Dennis Leary. Ooh, Dennis Leary. All right. And they had the Die Hard game on there for the NES. It's kind of interesting. All right, let's get back to the deal. This is going very well. All right, so Sly Stallone was in that. This Robert Tepper song appeared in the film Rocky IV and reached number 22 in the US in 1986. Does anybody know the name of that song? I loved playing this song on the radio. I was a DJ on the radio at the time and fell in love with it, and I want to do this song in my band. So there. See if anybody can come up with that one. Oh, look at that. Also, Rob Schneider. That's right. They never explained how to use the 3 seashells to wipe. I love Robert Tepper's work with Benny Mardones. I did not know that they worked together. That's very cool. I'll have to check that out. So does anybody know the name of that song? I forgot to start my timer. Yes. No Easy Way Out. I even have a graphic. Let's get that graphic. Where is it? Where is the graphic? Where's the graphic? I don't even know what it looks like. And where is it? Okay, there it is. Look at that. No Easy Way Out. There's Robert Tepper with his name on him. And shall we have a little tip of the hat and a bow to... oh, there it goes. Stop and pause. Carl Weathers. Lost Carl Weathers. And there's Dolph Lundgren again. How interesting. We could have put Dolph by that one, couldn't we? That's pretty interesting. Then a little bit of that is actor Carl Weathers starred as Al Dillon, Dutch's Vietnam War buddy, now a CIA operative. This artist's recorded version of Long Tall Sally appeared in the original Predator film in 1987. That included Carl Weathers as Al Dillon. Yeah. That song gets the blood pumping. Amen. Yeah. I remember Robert Tepper, that scene, they got in an argument. That's when she's like, "You're not going to do this." And then he takes off in the car, and yeah, it was a great scene. So who did the Long Tall Sally that appeared in that Handshake with Arnold? Yeah, absolutely. Sonny Landham had a lucrative porn career in the 70s. Well. Anybody, anyone. We got, well, shall we take a look here? Shall we take a look? Here we go. That was Little Richard. One of the other amazing and valuable kings of rock and roll. I mean, it's that's pretty amazing stuff. Pretty amazing stuff. I always throw him in there whenever we would play. We used to play Burnin' Love, which Elvis didn't love, really. It's kind of interesting. It was not. It was not. It was not Pat Boone. Although, remember when Pat Boone, I think I talked about it just recently, when Pat Boone did that rock and roll album, that was nuts. Also, James Brown had a great Rocky song. He sure did. I played that on the radio, as a matter of fact, as well. Living in America. That was a great song. Living in the USA was Steve Miller. So yeah, here, let's get back to this now. Whoops. Hey, whoa, what is going on? All right, here we go. Okay, so actor Arnold Schwarzenegger, here's a little added thing onto the Predator one here. Arnold Schwarzenegger also starred the same year as Ben Richards in a police helicopter pilot. So this member of Fleetwood Mac appeared along with Dweezil Zappa in the 1987 film The Running Man, based on a story by Stephen King. This one's pretty easy. This was really easy. I mean, it's so easy. Now, just to let you know too, like one of the songs that we play in my band is um, uh, Long Tall Sally, and we do the kind of the Molly Hatchet version that appeared. Yes, that is absolutely right. It is Mick. And yeah, here he is with Dweezil. Um, right there in the movie, The Running Man. I need to watch that movie again. It's been a little while. It's kind of wild when you think about it, these guys being in these films, and it's always great when to look at those and also think about my days past at NAMM when I didn't think I was going to meet up with Dweezil Zappa because they said he wasn't going to be there. He was going to be there endorsing that I saw. He was going to be endorsing a company that had magnetic accessories for guitars and straps, and or maybe no, it was the cables. It was the magnetic cables. You would have a little plug-in that plugged right into your guitar, and then on the other end was a magnet. Well, then there was the cable, and that magnified to that. And so if anything happened, it was just, there was no ripping your guitar apart or messing up your cables. So he was going to be there endorsing that, but they said he wasn't going to make it. And then here I am walking through from one hall to the next, and there's Steve Lukather standing there talking with Dweezil Zappa. It was a great day. I'm rusty on Arnold these days. Jesse Ventura had to quit the WWF to be in Predator. Really? Wow. Richard Dawson in The Running Man was a surprise. I have seen both the Dweezil and the Weasel live. Oh, man. Wow. I would like to have seen Dweezil. I remember buying the album Having a Bad Day. Just love that record. That was such a great record. All right, so let's see. Oh, and I put that up there, so let's see what our next one is. Also, actor Jim Brown appeared in The Running Man as a hot-headed adversary named Fireball. A remix of this Rush classic appeared in the movie Small Soldiers in 1998, 16 years after its original release. Can you believe that? 16 years. I mean, it's not like it doesn't happen now, and it's not like it's so crazy. But, it is still wild. Still wild that it was 16 years after. Yeah, Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama was not. No, that's on the second album. Yeah, that was on the second record. Which isn't that the title track to that? I think he may have named his second album that. Ooh, look at that. It's already over. Boop. All right. So yes, Tom Sawyer. Does the general public know anything other than Tom Sawyer? It's like back in the day when it was a joke that in every suburb, when you bought a new house, there was a copy of Meatloaf there. You just go into your new house and there's a copy of Meatloaf. There it is. Rush Tom Sawyer back in the day when it was released as a single. The B-side was Witch Hunt, which is another great. That whole dang album. I mean, there's not a clunker in the bunch. You can't lose with that record. Moving Pictures. And what a privilege it was for me to catch that tour with Joe Perry Project opening up. In Small Soldiers, David Cross appeared as Heartland toy designer Irwin Wayfair, which then they were in the movie Megamind. And this hit from George Thorogood and the Destroyers appeared in the DreamWorks film Megamind, in which David Cross voiced Minion, a talking fish who has been Megamind's sidekick and best friend since childhood. What song is that? Witch Hunt. Yes, one of the best deep cuts ever. It is. And Red Barchetta is definitely, I feel exactly the same. feel exactly the same. What a great storyline, you know, to have found that and then to have read it early on and then just put it into a song was great. I love when the inspiration Steve Harris and many others do that same thing. But I always think of Steve Harris because I know that they've done, you know, so they've done many of them. I was 10 when Moving Pictures came out, so I was still a few years away from being able to go to concerts. Yeah, I went there with my with a buddy of mine and his stepdad. We went to Alpine Valley, which is where unfortunately we lost Stevie Ray Vaughan. Um, Movies can resurrect songs long after they were hits. Beatles, Twist and Shout, Ferris Bueller, Benny Keith's Stand By Me and Stand By Me. You're absolutely right. Good call, man. Very good call. Very good call. So the George Thorogood tune was Bad to the Bone. And again, kind of goes back to what you said earlier about the general public. Do they know anything else but Bad to the Bone? George has some great songs. Some of them, I think, you know, his version of Who Do You Love? It gets a little long sometimes. But if you love George, it's a good song still. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, what do we have next? So an add-on to that, actor Tina Fey starred as Roxanne Ricci or Ritchie, a TV news reporter modeled after Lois Lane, who becomes Megamind's love interest. So number 8 says this all-female band recorded a cover of Dancing with Myself, written by Billy Idol and Tony James. What that appeared in the 2004 hit movie Mean Girls. So this all-female band recorded a cover of Dancing with Myself, and it appeared in the 2004 hit movie Mean Girls. What? Let's see. Who is that all-female band? They've had other. The cool thing is they've had other songs that have been in other movies too. Some of my favorites. And let's see what we're saying here. Let's see what we got. When I was 10, yes. Movies, yes. Stand By Me was originally called The Body. That is absolutely right. Rob Reiner, who also, if only I could throw this trivia question in. Rob Reiner directed what music-centric movie? Rob Reiner heard Kiefer Sutherland teaching River Phoenix the song Stand By Me, and Reiner changed the movie title. That's pretty cool. My mom won the 45 single of Move It On Over in the 70s. That's awesome. I remember that because she gave it to me. It is not Hole. That's good. Good guess. It is not Hole. It is The Donnas. The Donnas. They've done some great covers. But one of my favorite tracks of theirs is from Spend the Night. And I don't care. It's like I don't care if you have more fun in Sunday school, you know, because they're talking somebody's downing their party and they're like, "I had more fun in Sunday school." She's like, "I don't care, you know, just go away." All right, what's our next one? There's a little bit of added to that. Actor Rachel McAdams starred as Regina George, a rich, popular, mean girl and leader of the Plastics. So that leads us to number 9. This Earth, Wind, and Fire 1978 hit graced the big screen in the 2016 Marvel movie Doctor Strange, which had Rachel McAdams. So what 1978 hit graced the big screen in 2016 Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange, shall we say? If we're going to be franche. I won't even touch the remake of Mean Girls or that sequel. The original was fun. I didn't even know they made a remake. The first one was great. Just leave it, like you said, leave it alone. Just hang there. I wonder if anybody likes it. So what 1978 Earth, Wind, and Fire tune was in that? September is that's a great guess. I said the year right. Did I say the year right? Yeah, 78. Yeah. That was back when Marvel could do no wrong. We were just discussing Doctor Strange mom at work today. And it always does come back to the same thing. People always say, "Well, you're into the comics," and it really has nothing to do with that. It's a shit script. It's a shit script. As I always say, call it Magic Man, Dimension Girl, and Witchy Woman, and I don't care what it has to do with Marvel, whatever. It's a shit script. Gifted me Ohio Players album in the late 70s. Oh, what a great sister. What a great sister. Yeah, that is going to be, where is it? Right there. Shining Star. There you go. Now, here's what my here's what my wonder is, if anybody's gonna go, no, that was different than that year. There was a Doctor Strange TV movie of the week in the 70s. You're right, there was. I I would not have thought about that, but you're right. You're right. Kind of like how there was Daredevil all the way back in the 70s with the Hulk, right? Played by Rex Smith. I do love the Striper version as well. They did a great job. And Timothy was mentioning, Timothy Gaines was mentioning that was his favorite Striper album. So there we go. Let's move into the next one, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Now that we're on this, still hanging on the silver screen, actor Benedict Wong starred as Wong, a master of the mystic arts. How about that? This ABBA hit and title track to their 1974 release appeared in the 2015 film The Martian. What do you know about that? What ABBA hit? 1974 title track ended up in The Martian in 2015. Tim Bass is so great on that album. Good call. Yes, it really is. Really, really is. They had some. That wasn't a. Who did that one? That wasn't a Michael Wagner? I don't think. Above the Law. I don't think that was him. The Ohio Players were a backing band called Ohio Untouchables for the song I Found a Love by the Falcons. The lead singer was Wilson Pickett. You're rusty on ABBA. I actually never have had anything but the 45 singles. Yeah, I don't even know if I have a 45 single, but I do have their gold collection back there in my other wall of shame back there. It's good stuff. So let's take a look. What is it? It is Waterloo. There you go. Estéreo. Look at that. So yeah, on Garnaby label. Look at that. ABBA, Waterloo. Great song. Great song. That's one of those songs that, I don't know all the lyrics to it either. And then as you get to knowing it, Martian is an underrated sci-fi movie. You are absolutely right. My M key was sticking. And speaking of Wilson Pickett, I don't know if I've told you guys this story. It's your favorite sparkling soda. I've never even heard of that. Waterloo sparkling soda. That's pretty cool. A real quick note on Wilson Pickett. I had to sit in with the band. I don't know if I've told you guys about this yet. I had to sit in with the band years ago. I didn't have to. They asked me to. So, but in doing so, I did have to cover the bass, and also I had to take lead vocals on Mustang Sally. Well, I listened to Wilson Pickett's Mustang Sally, and I said, please all take this in the way that I mean it. I am not a gospel singer. I considered, I'm like, I am too white. I can't do it that way, because I wasn't gonna fake it and do all the cool, awesome stuff that he did on his original recording. But then I watched another music-centric movie, and if you've never seen it, please do so. Watch The Commitments. A great film, takes place in Ireland, and it's about a guy who puts a band together. He doesn't want to be in the band, but he wants to manage a band. So he puts his band together, and it's a great one. Um, it's a fantastic movie. But in that, they have this boisterous ginger lead singer, and he does it. And I go, I can do that. That I can do. That I can do. I'm not gonna fake it. Um, and just be silly. That wouldn't do justice to that original version. It would have been silly. So let's go back here. Let's see. So our extra information on that is actor Kristen Wiig, a Viking Stew favorite actress. She's so cute. Appeared as Annie Montrose, the director of media relations for NASA in that film. The song Ripper to Shreds appears twice in the 2011 film Bridesmaids that had Kristen Wiig. Once in studio form, later a live version by this New York band. Anybody? By this New York band. Do you like ZZ Hill and Solomon Burke? I don't think I've heard them. I'll have to check that out. See, now I got to write things down too, because that's what we do. So this New York band had the song Ripper to Shreds, and it appeared twice in Bridesmaids, studio and in a live version. Let's see what we got. I'll pull up the graphic because it looks like we don't have an answer yet. That would be Blondie. How about that? What a great band. What a great band. Blondie. Let's get to our next question then. Little added information to that. Maya Rudolph appeared as bride-to-be Lillian Donovan. This singer's 1974 hit Lovin' You has appeared in TV shows and movies, including 1996's The Nutty Professor, and features her singing out the name of her future celebrity daughter, Maya Rudolph. Who sang that song, Lovin' You? I realized that I picked the wrong graphic for that one. Yeah. Does anybody know who sang that song? It's a classic. I mean, it's like, everybody. And it was interesting to find out that was Maya Rudolph's mother. I saw a video, and at the end of the song, it does. She's singing out Maya Maya. I saw a video of Debbie Harry from the late 60s. You could tell she was going to be a stunner. Yeah. And she even had a run-in. Solomon Burke had a song Cry to Me. It was in the movie Dirty Dancing. Oh, okay. Sweet. Quincy Jones was a cool dude. Minnie? That's right. That is right. Minnie Riperton. And I didn't get her picture up. For some reason I pulled up Maya Rudolph and had a graphic for that. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. But here she is. Hi. Ta-da. So that was fun. Here we go. Next we have Eddie. Let's see. Eddie Murphy starred as Professor Sherman Klump, Buddy Love, and 5 other roles in his version of The Nutty Professor. Little added something. And Bob Seger recorded this 1987 hit from the movie Beverly Hills Cop 2, co-written by Keith Forsey, and this 80s blockbuster composer. Interesting. Recorded this 1987. Wow. Well, now I have. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is that right? Bob Seger recorded this 1987 hit. Okay. From the movie. Yeah. Interesting. I, I realized I'd made a couple of mistakes. That's right. Shakedown. Love that song. Really want to do that in my band. What a great song. Great job, buddy. Great job. Great job. Yeah, I'm starting to realize I actually was misreading some of these. It was kind of fun. It's funny. So the other composer was Harold Faltermeyer, who also did, of course, Axel F. Um, also did the theme, I do believe, to Fletch, right? So Harold Faltermeyer went on to compose the Top Gun soundtrack and recruited the talents of this rockin' guitarist for the movie's Top Gun theme. So there you go. Who was the guitarist he recruited to play on that Top Gun theme? Who? And I can see what JW is saying here too. Most people wrote Bob off after that Fire Inside album. Yeah. I guess, probably to be off, to be honest, I probably did. As you'll now what's that one had Like a Rock? Is that right? Or was that after that? That one I think was after that. All right. So what guitarist? I'll go ahead and throw it up here. The guitarist was Steve Stevens. There we go. Steve Stevens. The Rock came a few years earlier. Oh yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Still great musician, great voice. So many great songs. So many great songs. You'll Accompany Me. I like that one a lot. I'd like to do that in my band. Eventually. All right. Singer, songwriter, actor, punches out Matthew Glave's character in Glengulia. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Hold on a second. Oh my goodness. Come on. Scroll. All right. This singer, songwriter, actor punches out Matthew Glave's character in Glengulia, his character Glengulia, in the 1998 film The Wedding Singer. Wow. I knew I'd get through there somehow. Ooh, mama. Holy crap. Who punches out the guy in that movie? That's a great movie, great moment. Yes, Atomic Playboys. Absolutely. Check those guys out. They rock. I'll tell you what, they kick ass. They kick ass. So, who punches him out? Glengulia in the film. It's one of my favorites, man. I just love it. Just love it. I know you guys know it. But it was Billy Idol on the plane. I just got such a kick out of that, man. That was great. Although I did see recently somewhere, I haven't checked it out. It's not like I even care, but they were talking about somebody did a video out there with the musicians you don't want to meet. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So actor Steve Buscemi appeared uncredited as drunk turned sober David Veltri. That's kind of interesting. Uncredited. So number 16, the song Stuck in the Middle, released by this band in 1973, was a part of an unforgettable scene in the 1992 Quentin Tarantino film Reservoir Dogs, which actually makes that almost 20 years. That's 19 years later. 3 more than Rush. What do we think about that? It's getting crazy now. So Stuck in the Middle with You had a very famous singer in that band. And they would be responsible for that song, Stuck in the Middle. That would be, and of course, Reservoir Dogs, it would be Steeler's Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You, with Jerry Rafferty in that band. Jerry Rafferty would also be. He worked early on in his career with comedian and actor Brian Connolly, who is freaking brilliant. Just I just love his. I love his quick video explaining the usage and the meaning of "fuck off." It's great. Hey, what's up? The Electric Company, Pete. Oh man, Steelers wheel. Jerry Rafferty is not in the official music video. Interesting. That's very interesting. I know. Isn't that cool when you think about that? We grew up watching Rita Moreno in Electric Company as well as Morgan Freeman. I mean, is that crazy? Funny story about Half Price Books. Hey, I've been to Half Price Books. This guy was waiting in line with a big stack of albums to sell. I offered him 75 bucks and he wouldn't bite. The next day I go in and buy his albums for $3 to $7 each. Wow. I wonder how much he ended up getting for them. I mean, I've thought about that. Ooh, Marillion, Shy, Angel. Come on. Oh my God. I think I have a copy of that Shy album. Or am I thinking, no, I think I'm thinking about Spies. I know Shy as well. But yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I know, I think about that. You know, you see somebody going in with their stuff or they decide not to sell it or they don't want to give them as much for it. And you're like, dude, I'll just, I'll give you $10 more and I'll just take them off your hands. I don't know. Oh, I do have something exciting to talk about though, as far as vinyl is concerned. And I do have an unboxing I got to take care of too. So let's get through these questions. We're getting through these pretty good. So Tim Roth appeared in the aforementioned scene as Mr. Orange, Freddie Neuendijk. So this member of Oingo Boingo composed the soundtrack to Tim Burton's 2001 reboot of Planet of the Apes, among countless others. I know you know this one. Was there a copy of the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack? I don't think that I've ever seen a collection that didn't have the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. And Rumors. Yeah, you're right on that Rumors thing too. So here, while you guys are thinking about that, let me do a Papa Pete here. And let's see. I think I'm in the right. Oh no, it's up here. It is up here. I gotta start deep diving into this Ultimate Guide. Let's see. Scorpions. Is this? No, that's not it. I thought I had a copy of that. Wow, Pete. Oh, okay. Okay. There you go. I was almost in big trouble there. I was like, uh-oh. So yeah, so there. Saturday Night Fever. Not only Saturday Night Fever. Hang on. It gets better. I just bought it a while ago while I was up in the Chicago area. I was very fortunate, I thought, to run into a copy of it. And where is it? It's got to be like right here. Come on. Yep. How about that? Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Great album. I mean, Diana Ross, Love and Kisses, Santa Esmeralda, Cameo. This Find My Way is on here. And of course, I'd play Cameo in 1986 when they had Word Up, which was also covered by a UK band called Gun. DC LaRue is on here, Sunshine, Natural Juices, Donna Summer, the Commodores, Thelma Houston, Paul Jabara, Patty Brooks, Marathon, and Wright Brothers Flying Machine. Great piece of artwork on the cover. I love that. I enjoy the movie. The movie's a lot of fun. There's all the different characters that's in there. Jeff Goldblum's in the movie, and Donna Summer, Commodores, they're all in there. What a great movie. And then was there something else I was thinking of too? Or no, I guess just those two. So anyway, yeah. Danny, shit. What's his last name? Elfman. Very good. Very good. We do have a Danny Elfman thing. Look at this guy. This guy is like he's like crazy buff. Look at this. I mean, I just was like, wait, what? Look at that. Dude's like buff. But plenty of tats, man. That's just crazy cool. Crazy cool. All right, let's get to our next one here then. So Mark Wahlberg starred as Captain Leo Davidson, an astronaut who accidentally enters a portal to another world inhabited by talking humanoid apes and is captured by them. So here we go. We're going to end with a rock star rockin' hat trick. Are you ready? Mark Wahlberg stars as tribute band singer Chris Izzy Cole in the 2001 film Rockstar as the replacement frontman for this fictitious metal band featuring Zakk Wylde, Jason Bonham, and Jeff Pilson. So what was the band in Rockstar? And actually, if you haven't seen that film, just do yourself a favor. Niels Lozauer is a photographer in that film. He is a real photographer. So when he's back there taking pictures of the band, that is right. It is Steel Dragon. It is Steel Dragon. Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Not a good Planet of the Apes, but Planet of the Apes. I do own it. I do own it. Let's take a look here. Let's get some Steel Dragon up here. Do I have it? Where is it? Oh, man. I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get to it, I guess. Yikes. That's not right. That's not right. Well, let's move on to the next one of the hat trick. As frontman for Blood Pollution and Steel Dragon, all of Mark Wahlberg's singing parts were dubbed by Mili Matievich, known back in the day as Michael Matievich, in the 80s of this 80s hard rock metal band. And they had a hit with I'll Never Let You Go. There's your clue. There is your clue. Absolutely. So JW, Mealy was a part of what band? If you guys remember, if for those of you who may not know, if you remember, yeah, that's it. There you go. I just saw them recently. Mealy was just here in town with Steelheart not long ago, and I got to hang out with them. I think I talked about it. Milli Vanilli. No, not Milli Vanilli. No. Or should I say no. Oh man, how embarrassing! Could you imagine? I mean, I feel sorry. I'm sorry the one gentleman took his life, but I just can't even imagine how that must have been. You know, didn't Millie break his back and neck during a Tangle tour? He did, and that's what really sidetracked their career. He climbed up on a lighting one of the scaffoldings for the lighting, and it wasn't secured, and it just came tumbling over, and yeah, had a bad back and neck injury. He's had a few issues that he's been working through. You know, it can't be that easy, man. I don't know. I couldn't sustaining something like that never just goes away. You know, I was watching SNL the night that it happened to Ashley Simpson. Yeah. And then I guess Dua Lipa's been through it too recently, where her track got stuck or whatever. Or yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, oh, people, come on, just start singing your songs. You just do it. So yeah, I think I had a, let me see. I think I had a, did I have a graphic up for that one? Oh, here's the Steelheart. There you go. That's the first album. Their big logo there. And then here's the band now. This is who I just saw. And great show. I mean, Mealy's all over it. I mean, still killing it. And he wasn't even feeling great that day. So here we go. Last question. Number 20. Let's see. Also, let me see here. Hold on a second. Little extra info. We All Die Young was a Steelheart track on the 1996 album Wait. And Stand Up, stand up and shout. That from the movie is written by Sammy Hagar and later appeared with his lyrics on the album Not for Sale. So if you want to hear his version of that song, you can listen to Not for Sale, and it's on there. So number 20, Rockstar, inspired by the real life story of Tim Ripper Owens replacing Rob Halford in Judas Priest, started with this original title. What was the original working title? And you actually get to see it at the end of the film during the credits when they have some extra footage during the end. Also in that film, you had Jennifer Aniston, Matt Glave. You had, again, Matt Glave, who was in, there's another tie-in from earlier when he was in The Wedding Singer, and he plays Mark Wahlberg's brother, who's a cop. Timothy Oliphant is also in there, and Timothy Spall, who is in the Harry Potter movies, and also would later. Did he play? He played Churchill, didn't he? I think. And these other musicians were in that too. I'm gonna just let me get back to our chat though and make sure what we've got going on here. Okay, we're gonna make our way through this thread here real quick. A similar song skip thing happened to Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live. I was also watching Saturday Night Live the night that Sinead O'Connor tore up the picture of the Pope. Yeah. All I can think is 14 ball in the side pocket. I love that. I love that. Who are three people who never been in my kitchen? I think that's up to six people. The answer to that last one, and give me just a quick second here because now I gotta even remember what the hell the question was. Oh yeah, the original working title. And again, when you watch the movie again or watch it for the first time, for those of you rock and rollers out there who have never seen Rockstar, that's shameful, but it was watched during the credits, and you'll see they have the clapper boards going with the original title, which was Metal God. Metal God. Rob Halford. I'll be seeing him later this year in May, I do believe. Is when we're going to go see the Judas Priest show. Their brand new album is out on Spotify. You can check it out streaming, and then you can also purchase it. The vinyl version is quite extensive, I do believe. I'm not going to afford it right now. I probably should, but the CD will be coming in March. It comes out early March, not like March 8th or something like that. It'll be delivered. But I've heard a couple of tracks off of it. Sounds good so far. I'm holding off listening to the rest of it until I get the CD. Just seems, I don't know, strange to listen to it before I own it. I don't know. Technically, I own it because I pre-ordered it. So I don't know. How do you feel? How do you guys feel about that? What would you do? Yes, as a matter of fact, Pete, let me get to this here. Almost Famous. Didn't he just do a song with Dolly Parton on a new album? He certainly did. Certainly did. Rockstar is the name of the album. Almost purchased it. It was on sale. And I almost purchased it, and I just don't know. that I care to listen to it. I don't know. Dolly Parton is great. She has done amazing things and written so many great songs. Um, but I just don't. It would be a novelty to me, and I just don't know if I want to spend that much on a novelty. Um, see, there you go. That's see, we think a lot alike, man. We think a lot alike. Back in the late '90s, I emailed Tony Mills and told him I was in a Killer Dwarfs tribute band. You were in a Killer Dwarfs tribute band. He told me I should be in a TNT. Told me I should be in a TNT one. I told him I am American. He said Harnell is American too. Wow. I don't think I knew that. It's not too bad. Some are better than others. The best version on it is the one that she sings with her goddaughter. Ah, there's my question for you. With her goddaughter. Oh, what singer is her goddaughter? Jewel. I don't know. I don't know. Who is her goddaughter? Pete, tell me. Tell us all, shall you? And what song? Oh, wait. Okay, no. Her goddaughter. So was I right? And what song? I have no clue. Jolene, I have no clue what they did. Is it a new song or a cover? This is before Tony Mills became a 3-album singer for TNT. Cool. Major fan beforehand. That's awesome. I'm a big TNT fan. I remember being out in Virginia and bumping into, oh shoot, what's the Realized Fantasies album? No, I was not right. Her goddaughter, it's her goddaughter's song. Oh, okay. So who's the goddaughter? Yeah, Ronnie Latecro. Yeah. I have their Knights of the New Thunder vinyl. I knew the gentleman who worked for Mercury and Tell No Tales. I'm shall we take a look real quick here before I do my unboxing? And then I suppose I got to get out of here soon. TNT, there's Townsend, Toto. What's here? This might be it. No, that's 38 special. So it's got to be down here. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we got. Come here. Come here. Oh, look at that. Look at that, JW. Ooh. Oh, I'm going to pull this out too. Because I'm happy I've got this too. I'm getting ready to rewatch this movie. I was just discussing this movie last week, if you remember. Miley Cyrus is her goddaughter, and Wrecking Ball. It's time for this. It's for the true metal fans out there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it does. It's really good. So when I was talking to Anthony White last week, we were talking about Tommy and just had a brilliant little discussion about it. And it was fun. So I'm going to be checking that out. I got it on Blu-ray a while back. It's been a little while and I've been wanting to watch it. But look at this. Oh, sugar, come on. I can't just let it do that. Stay right there. I hate to cover her up, but look at that. I do have a copy of Tell No Tales on vinyl. And there you go, Knights of the New Thunder. So, yeah. Seven Seas, Break the Ice, USA, Without Your Love. I mean, great stuff. Ready to Leave, classic romance. And then this Tell No Tales album. If you want a great 30-some minute balls to the wall with a little bit of ballad in it. Listen to this. It's a great record. It's the first thing I ever heard by TNT. Everyone's a Star, 10,000 Lovers in One, As Far as the Eye Can See, Sapphire, Child's Play, Smooth Syncopation. Listen. Oh, man. Listen to Your Heart is a great song. Desperate Night, Northern Lights, Insipid's, and then, of course, the title track, Kicks Frickin' Ass. Tell No Tales. It just doesn't, this is one of those. It's a beautiful album. It's great. Well produced to a certain extent. There's a little bit of it that I kind of could have maybe been a little bit better. I like Diesel Doll. Yeah. I heard somewhere that he sure plays a mean pinball. It's true. Yes. I follow Harnell, Starbreaker, Westworld. I'm going to have to check those out. So there's so many great side projects. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to check those out. Starbreaker reminds me of Judas Priest, right? 1976. Sin After Sin album, which was produced by whom and from what band? Should I get into I'm going to start I'll start walking through some of these music-centric movies with you guys. Of course, all the Elvis movies. I don't have a lot. I just have a couple, but those definitely come over here. But yeah, music-centric films. School of Rock, another movie-centric film. Wayne's World, those are music-centric films. Let's take a look here in the box and see what we got. Let's see what we got in the Iron Maiden. Oh, this is something cool. This is something I just got. I had never heard of this, and now I'm going to have this in common with my new grandson. Dragons, Wings of Fire. This is the guide to the Dragon World. So I picked that up so that I can start having a fun little bit of something. This is written. I saw an interview with Paul Michael Glaser, Starsky, of course, because I kind of did a deep dive into those two actors when I was watching I'm Hutch, He's Starsky, which was a whole big thing with David Soul, and kind of talked about his past and coming up in the business. And it's kind of just a few little, moments. But anyway, I watched one with Paul Michael Glaser. There was a neat interview that I watched with him, and he was talking about this. Crystalia is a book that he wrote and just went as PM Glaser. And it's kind of his writing this book was kind of an homage to how he was feeling after losing family members, and his life just taken some not so great turns, as we all have periodically. It's no different than anybody else, really. I mean, we all deal with it, but that was a great homage to the things that he's learned over the years in dealing with that. So I'm looking forward to reading it. So yeah, so let's do this. Let's see what we got here. Sometimes they tear easily and sometimes they don't. Oh, there you go. A little gameage. Papa Pete was telling me about having a copy of this, and I really enjoyed Flat Out, and so I was looking forward to playing it. And they had a pretty good price on Amazon, so for a used one, so I picked it up. Let's see if it has the booklet inside. Nope, just the disc in the case. So you drive, you bang into things. That's how you play the game. I got a couple more things here. Should we just go for broke? Another thing I want to tell you about, and maybe we'll check it live. The regular DVD version of FM. They had it in there. It was a good price, so I decided to pick up another copy on a regular DVD. So there you go. Ba-da-ba-da. You never know. I'm never quite sure what's on the original, what's on the new. This I don't want to say new versions, but on other versions, let's just say. All right, so this is cool. Okay, so this is a package I got from my buddy Gaetano, who was on the show with Mike Mishu, and they do the Mike Mishu band, and they have their new album. We were talking about it, so let's take a look and see what he sent, if I can. I need to get some scissors in here, I think, because this is like I'm taking my artistic risks here with my hands. I don't want to be slicing it my hands. So let's see what we got here. I bet this is the there it is. Scott Mishu Band, Phoenix Rising, the physical copy. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Gaetano. Thank you. I'll have them back on the show coming up here and see what's happening. But do check this out. The Scotty Mishu Band, Phoenix Rising. Such good stuff. Again, going back to how long that TNT album is, it's just a great time length. It's that 30-some minutes of just beautiful instrumental rock and roll and everything. I would do my comparison again, but I don't want to do that. So yeah. Now the other thing that I was going to tell you guys, it's coming. In fact, it's probably here as I speak. But what I wanted to do was I was checking on Amazon because Robert Berry's going to be on next week. Remember that next Wednesday we'll have Robert Berry on, who is in 3. He has also since done that. 3 had Carl Palmer and Keith Emerson, and then they eventually, finally, they had a live album that came out, and Robert was talking to Keith, and they were like, "We need to do this again." So they started working on 3.2, and that's when Keith Emerson took his life. So he didn't get to finish that album with him, but finished it on his own, and then got together with Andrew Collier and some other guys and finished up a 3rd record. So and then they also have a live DVD CD. So check that out too. Brilliant stuff. It's great stuff. Also, Robert Berry is a big part of the December People. So check those out. They've got great covers. When Robert does a cover, he doesn't just cover the song. He works with the song. So when you hear the 3 album, check out 3 To the Power of 3 from 1988. And they have a great copy of the Byrds 8 Miles High on there. And you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And when you listen to the December People, there's some classic Christmas songs that he does in a different way on there. But they're very good. And I don't, I might have that GTR album on vinyl. The only one I ever had was the first album. So they're working on the next 6x6 album right now. There is a song that's already released out there, and I have to remember what the name of it is. But it just released. You can check it out on YouTube. And but 6x6, it's Robert Berry, and then you have Ian Crichton, guitar player from Saga. If you remember the great, and if you know anything by them, you're going to probably know On the Loose. And for the widespread audience, it's going to know On the Loose, a brilliant guitar solo in a hit song. It's amazing. In 1986, they released Heads or Tails, which then had The Flyer on it, which I played on. It was a single at the radio station. I'm trying to remember if I ever played it on the air, because I don't think that it charted high enough for us to put it on the air. But a great song, The Flyer. But yeah, Ian Crichton, and then the drummer is Nigel Glockler from Saxon. So they're getting ready to hit the road again. Saxon's still killing it. But what I did was 6x6. I was talking to Toby Jepson about them because he knows Nigel and Saxon, all of Saxon. And so I was like, hey, have you heard 6x6? And he's like, no, he's been telling me about it. And okay, see, so this is weird. All right. So I thought, well, I'll see how much it is. Maybe I could just send Toby a copy of it, right? Well, then I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll see about that price. But then I was like, was it on vinyl? I wonder. Well, it is, and you can get it on Amazon. Now, keep your eyes on it because when I looked the other day, here it is. There's the 6x6 album cover. All right. And there's the vinyl. Now, if you look, it says it's $30, right? Okay. Well, I looked 2 days. What was it? It was yesterday, I think. So I'm looking at it. Maybe it was 2 days ago. They had it for half price. It was $16 and something for the vinyl. Now, the vinyl, let me tell you about it. There's 3 discs in this vinyl. Okay. So Yearning to Fly, China, Reason to Feel Calm Again, The Upside of Down, and Casino are all on the first disc. Okay. Then disc 2 has Live Forever, The Last Words on Earth, Skyfall, The Battle of a Lifetime, and Save the Night. Then they have a third disc, which looks like it has the tracks. I don't, or maybe it comes with a CD. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's a gatefold. This is incredible. Now I'm wondering because it says it has a third disc, but maybe that's the CD version of it. I don't know. I don't know why it has disc 3. I'm just gonna have to find out. To tell you the truth, it's waiting at my front door. I think it's up there already because then it went up. I bought like 3 copies of it, right? Then I checked later the next day. I thought, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna see about buying it. I'm gonna buy maybe a couple more and give them as gifts." Well, I went back to check, it was $30, just like that, right? Then I went back and checked again today, it was $18. So I bought a couple more copies. So anyway, so 6x6, check it out nonetheless. Check out their new song out there. Robert Berry will be with me next Wednesday, and I'm really looking forward to it again. He's a super cool dude. Great musician, great writer, great arranger, and all that stuff. So let me get caught up here. I'm so sorry. I got into a tangent there and um, realized fantasies. Yeah. Here you go. Feeling the Xbox original love. Yes. I'm making more shorts as I watch this. Hopefully, you're wearing shorts. Little known fact, the original Intellivision play cable technology transmitted games over cable using FM technology. That's pretty freaking cool. That is cool. Now, in my 50s, I understand the attraction to women with Brooklyn, Queens, and Jersey's accents. So have you been watching Lavoine and Shirley? I was thinking that it was your regular DVD version of Rise of Skywalker since you only have the Blu-ray, of course. Yes, which I still haven't watched. It's still wrapped over there. In a new video this past week, Scott Stapp looked great, like he is moving in life's right direction for his Creed reunion. That's good. That's good. I have an article that I want to cover, an issue I want to cover that has Mark Tremonti on the cover, and it's saying, um, Creed will never happen again. So I want to get into that. Speaking of Robert Barry, have you ever performed any Greg Kihn classics? Yeah, I did his hit. Um, uh, why can't I say it? Uh, they don't write them like that anymore. What's the name of that song? The breakup song. Yeah, I've played that one. I've sung it. I haven't played it, but I sung it. It was in another band where I was doing the vocals. The Lost on Jeopardy guy. Yeah. He's a novelist too. I have at least one, maybe two of his books. He's written some crime mysteries books. I think they're kind of cool, loungy, kind of like The Shadow. Not like The Shadow, but I'm just saying those were kind of you know um, crime mystery kind of things. Not like heavy duty serial killer stuff like that. I don't think, but Krista Berg has some good stuff if you dig deep. Yeah, yeah. And have you heard Dominion's version of "Don't Pay the Ferryman"? Hey, what do we got? 36. Wow, I'm running over. Yeah, breakup song. I love that song. It always reminds me of my homecoming dance where I had a beautiful girlfriend back in high school for a short bit, and just we had a great it was a great relationship, and we went to um even though it had its whatever, but we went to a homecoming dance, and I remember the band that was playing live played that song. It's great. It's great. Trying to remember if they played any off Broadway, because that would have been like 82, 83. So breakup song was more timely in that area. So yeah. Yeah. And if you haven't checked it out, you can check it out on Spotify. You can check it on YouTube. Check it out on Apple Music. Do check out Creed from 1978, now having to go by Southern Creed. But you can look it up as Southern Creed. But do yourself a favor and listen to that record. I will push that record to the day I die. It's a great, great record. Well, I better get out of here, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who joined in today. And I'm going to go back, if you guys don't mind. And wow, Gary Dennis, keep in touch with me, my friend. I hope all is well with you. And I shall never forget you, my friend. Even though we barely hung out, it would be great to do so again. And are you keeping in touch with the Foreigner guys? I got to get a hold of Jeff Pilson. I'd love to have him on the show. I just saw an interview that someone did with him and George Lynch. He and George were just happened to be hanging out, so they were talking. Of course, a lot of it was going back and forth about the things that Don Dokken has said in recent interviews, talking about the writing and who wrote what and all that kind of stuff. So silly business, right? Silly business. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for again for hanging out today, and looking forward to next week. And it should be a blast. Getting back in here with Robert and doing it up with him. It'd be really, really, really cool. This has been a blast trivia and having fun with that. If you guys liked it, let me know. If you like what's going on here, give us a subscribe, hit that like button, and hit the notification so you know when we're coming. And that goes for anybody else out there that you tend to fly by and go, damn, that was fun video. I liked it. Make sure you hit a subscribe on those guys too. There's plenty of great content out there and plenty of great people doing it out there. Nerdrotic is one of my favorites. Casual Drinkers, another one of my favorites. So you guys take it easy. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon on Go Game Go. Take care.